And Deepthi Laurent joins us now for a look through the press on this first day of 2026. And Deepthi, you're starting with Zohran Mamdani's private swearing-in as Mayor of New York City.
Yeah, that private swearing-in ceremony held at midnight New York time was extremely brief, it must be said. But Mamdani's appointment, in any case, comes with a lot of firsts. He's the first South Asian mayor of New York City, the first millennial mayor and Muslim mayor as well. And in fact, on that note, the New York Times reports here that his swearing in will be the first, so he will be the first New York City mayor to include the Quran in his swearing in ceremony, the one that will be held, the public one, that will be held on Thursday afternoon. The Times noting he's expected to use several unique Qurans, including one that belonged to his grandfather and another that belonged to Arturo Schomburg, a black writer and historian. Now, everything Mamdani does, of course, is steeped in symbolism. And that private ceremony that was very quick, that was held at midnight on Thursday, New York time, was, as the New York Post reports here, held in a disaffected railway stop. That location also chosen because it symbolizes the legacy of an ambitious New York City. That's according to Mamdani himself, who said that station, Old City Hall Station, first opened in 1904. It was one of New York's original subway stations, a physical monument to a city building things to improve the lives of working people. Now, after all the pomp and ceremony, the real work of governing New York City will begin. And this is from Jacobin, a socialist magazine based from New York, which notes that Mamdani will face many challenges as mayor, raising taxes to fund the promised programs like universal childcare and transport. He'll need the support for that of Governor Kathy Hochul, New York Governor Kathy Hochul, who has said in the past that she will oppose any tax increases, not to mention Donald Trump, who, despite his initial positive reaction to Mamdani, could revert to a position of hostility. So he's got his work cut out for him.
And here in France, Emmanuel Macron delivered his New Year's speech.
Yeah, that's right. And among the plans for 2026, the French president noted that French lawmakers have put forward a draft bill to follow in Australia's footsteps and ban social media for access for teenagers. The Guardian noting that the draft bill cites the risk of excessive screen use by teenagers, including risks such as being exposed to inappropriate online content, sleep issues, and bullying. A ban on social media for under 15s is proposed, as well as a ban on mobile phones in high schools, in other words, for teenagers between 15 and 18. As Le Monde newspaper notes here, though, it will be debated, but before this, it will have to pass the Council of the State, France's highest administrative authority, for a legal review.
And finally, from you, Deepthi, the new year will bring in new trends, something a lot of the press are talking about.
Well, the New York Times today is looking at 10 predictions for life in 2026, and some of them are quite surprising. It suggests that there will be a return to dumb phones as a status symbol. Phones, of course, that are used just to make calls and not to spend your life scrolling on it. When it comes to dating, the New York Times says 2026 will no longer be about playing it cool. Instead, it'll be about embracing the real risks of romance and declaring your love for that special person. They predict we could see a return to tobacco pipes, an apparent rebellion to the clumsy, charmless vapes, but also a desperate desire for, quote, Dickensian glamour. The Independent, for its part, looks at the embarrassing trends or trends that will seem embarrassing in 2026. For instance, confessing to using ChatGPT for something you could have Googled yourself will become embarrassing in 2026. Giant water bottles that weigh the size of a small infant, and Labubus. Hopefully this year we won't ever have to talk about them or see them anywhere. Oliver.
Well, I remember the last pipe craze in the summer of 1996. I hope this one lasts a little bit longer.